Good morning, everybody. It's Amy from Little Farm Quilts. This is my Floss Tube channel. It's going to be all about cross stitch today. Today is Saturday, September 10th, and I will apologize already because I'm very disheveled. I've been busy cleaning the house and decorating for fall, and I thought my husband left to go do something, and I thought, oh, this would be a very good time to get a floss tube up. So I'm going to do it. I've had an steady uptick every week and subscribers, so I want to thank those of you that are new and for watching, and for those that are returning, thanks for always coming back. It's kind of crazy sometimes. It's been 2 weeks since my last floss tube video because we had holiday here in the United States. It was Labor Day and we were gone for the weekend. Thought I might put one up while we were gone, but we really didn't have good enough signal to be able to even think about that. So I didn't, and I just took a week off. A little bit of a disclaimer. So, as all of you know from watching me last time, this week marked the second week into the semester of teaching, and it's always chaotic to get back into the teaching rhythm for both us and the students. Especially in nursing school, I feel like that's a different kind of stress than just going back to college. I mean, going back to college is going back to college, and it's all stressful. But nursing is not like any other course I've ever taken in my life. And it is the same for these students. So, and then this week, my master's classes, I'm in the final 2 semesters of my master's degree. They started up this week, so that added a little bit of chaos. So I felt like my stitching was all over the place, and part of that was self-imposed. I had decided, now if you've been here long enough, you know that my stitching plans, I should just not plan, because it's almost like when I plan something, I'm saying that's not what I'm going to do. That's how plans work for me. I belong to the Magazine Monthly Facebook group on Facebook. And for no other reason than I like to see what people are doing. I like Carolyn Zook. I like interacting with the people that are on there. They're not always working on magazine pieces, but I don't really participate in any of their organized stitching, just because I have found that organized stitching for me doesn't work. But then this year, for some reason, they do this AB Singo every September, where you basically make a bingo board with projects matching the letters of the alphabet, and then they call letters, and you work on those projects for 100 stitches or 1 hour. And so I made up the bingo board just like I did in WIPGO. If you've been here long enough, you know I've already ditched WIPGO this year. Yeah, and I stuck with it for a grand total of, I think, 6 days. And what I'm finding is, so when I'm being told what to stitch on, for whatever reason, I stitch the 100 stitches, or I'd stitch the hour and I'd be done with it and not continue. Where when I just stitch on what I want to stitch on, I can get like 400 stitches a night, 400 or 500 stitches a night, which is way more progress than the 100 stitches or the hour. So I think it's a mental thing for me, and I think I'm just gonna stop doing that stuff and work on my things. I think if anything, I should be doing no new starts because I have plenty here to stitch on. The one group that I have consistently participated in is the 25/7 group, and I find that very beneficial because I don't mind stitching on multiple projects in a day, and I'm not a monogamous stitcher, even in a day sometimes. If I have a whole day's worth of stitching, I could stitch on 3 different projects and stitch almost 2,000 stitches. And it's just how I roll. So, yeah. That's what I did. So you're going to see a lot of projects today and not a lot of progress. And you'll be able to see. But the first thing I'm going to show you is my 25/7 piece. If you've been around here long enough to know, you know exactly what this is. This is my oldest WIP. For those of you that are new, This whip was started in the 90s and put in a box for about 20 years, and I recently pulled it out. I think last year. I don't think it's been out more than 2 years yet. But it's Lost No More. It's a Gold Dimensions Gold Collection kit. I'm using the kit fabric, the kit floss. And this is my 25/7 piece. Sorry, things are kind of a mess. I'm not as organized as I'd like to be, but I really wanted to get this floss tube filled. So, and here it is. Here he is. You can see I continue to work down this side right here. And I'm about 40 rows from the bottom corner there. And that's where I'm working towards now, is get to that corner, because if you've been around, you know that somewhere in here I have a mistake. So I'm trying to stitch down and around and come back up to it so I can fudge it a little better. But I hold this up and I always like how that looks. Doing natural lighting today, I'm right next to the window, so hopefully you can see great things. But I like how it's turning out. You can see the sheet back here behind him. I've got some of the back stitching done there. I've been trying to do the back stitching as I see fit, basically. But that is my 25/7 piece. The next project I always show, if you're new here, sorry Zip, I thought I got them all, but apparently not, is my Sunday. This is my Woods Sunday sale that I'm doing with Gail from Gail's Golden Needle. We are working on the raccoon. This is A Year in the Woods by Cottage Garden Samplings. I'm stitching this on 36 count spring, dyed by Picture This Plus for this series. Sorry, I was stitching this in hand, so it is all crumpled up. And this is where I am. This is mostly the called for. Some I pulled from Stash. So the pink and the flower I pulled from Stash. Sorry, that's my dogs. And the reddish brown in the house that's going to go on here, I also pulled from my stash. But there's him. He will come back out tomorrow. And hopefully get some good stitching time tomorrow. It's supposed to be it's perfect weather here today. It's in the 80s. Oop, just knocked the camera, sorry. It's in the 80s, although we're going to close the pool, I think, today. But tomorrow, I think it's supposed to be 72 and cloudy with rain. We had a lot of rain earlier this week, so the lawn needs to be mowed and things like that need to be done, you know. You know how it goes. All right, one of the other things I told you I was going to work on was Emily's house, and I did work on Emily's house, although not as much as I thought I was going to. This is with Stash Dive threads. This is on 36 count. I believe it's Wren by Picture This Plus. This is where it is. Oh, I did get more done than I thought. I got this side of the house in, and then I filled in some of the gold that I'm using. That's a silk. It's called Her Crown. And that's where that is. The sun's kind of blowing it out a little bit. So I did stitch on that. The next couple of things you're going to see are from what I did for AB Singo. And I'm not going to go into what letters are called. And there's one project I can't show you because it's a gift for somebody that does sometimes wash my floss tubes. So I'm not going to show you that. But one of the things I stitched on was Long Dog Samplers, Pandemic. This pattern was free at one point during the pandemic. It's up for sale now on their website. I'm stitching this on 40 count Heritage by Picture This Plus. And I'm stitching this with a black silk from Silks For You. And I'm just continuing to work along the top. So the next time I pick it up, I'm going to work down in here. I believe this is a page. And I'm going to work on the pages across the top. And then I'll start working down. I think the one thing AB Singo did do for me is it made me touch projects I haven't touched in a while. And projects that, quite honestly, I would like to be working more on. So, you know, it is what it is. It's what I say every week when I'm here. I would love to have more time to stitch and to get more done. But I'm a classic sandwich generation person right now. I have grandbabies and I'm helping with parents. Guess I'll show you that one first. And life is just really busy with teaching and going to school and all the things. Someday I'll have all the time in the world to be able to do exactly what I want. The next pattern I'm going to show you, it's called Mandalorian. It is from Forbidden Fiber Co. It was one of their kits that they sold. It's their fabric. It's 36 count tumbleweed. It is their floss. And she's Leanne, Leanne Stitches on YouTube. Although I haven't seen a YouTube video go up in a while. Sorry, I've been stitching in hand a lot this week. I've been finding it less frustrating. There's really a lot of times when I feel like working around scroll rods or Q-snaps is just annoying. And I've just been stitching in hand instead. Even in my full coverage, I've been stitching either in hand or a small hoop. So you see my Lowry sitting here. Anyway, I've been working on Baby Yoda. He now has a face and eyes. And I really enjoy working on him too. I hear there's a new season of Mandalorian coming out. I think it's funny that a lot of the shows that we binge watch renewed this week in Netflix. So, like we have Call the Midwife. There's a new season of Cobra Kai, which my husband is ecstatically happy about. What else has come out? A bunch of new movies. The next one, I'm going to show you my 2 full coverage, and then we're going to go to haul, because that's all I can show you, because, yeah. I almost think I stitched on something else. Oh, I forgot the picture of this. I forget. I can't show you this. Oh, hold on. Maybe I could bring it up. I feel like I'm forgetting to show you something. But I know I didn't stitch on my stitching shelf. I know I didn't... yeah, stitch on the ones I told you I was going to work on, because I was going to work on Tree of Life, and I did not work on that at all. So the next thing I want to show you is my World of Disney. I'm trying to get a picture up here to show you. Let's see if I can get a picture. Right there, World of Disney. Stitching at a 28 count, Mushroom Lugana, 2/110. I think I completed, so I had talked to you guys about Royal Rose, and I was converting all my things to my full coverage pieces to Royal Rose. So that works for some of my full coverage pieces, but I'm finding on like the Max Color bookshelf and on the Max Color Grand Library and on this one in particular, it is too confetti heavy for me to be able to stitch it that way and be okay with it. And I'll show you the extent of what my park threads look like in Grand Library, because I worked on that last night. It gives me anxiety to look at just that sheer number of park threads. So I've decided on the pieces that are confetti heavy, as long as they remain confetti heavy, they will not go to Royal Rose. Now, my Bonded in the Rain piece is working out fine in Royal Rose, but in that piece, there are blocks of color. But confetti heavy stuff, it just does not work for me. It causes me to just get kind of anxious looking at it, and it causes me to actually not pick them up. So on this World of Disney piece, I have been working in stitches, working in threads, and you see Mickey's face is becoming more and more filled in and pronounced. So I'm basically working in threads, and I'm just going to work them in until, to a point, you see I'm ending some here, to a point where I'm uncomfortable getting too far away because I'm a notorious miscounter. But you see I got some work done on him. And I will like it much better now working in the threads, I think. The other one I'm going to show you, I can show you a picture of. It is Grand Library. It is artwork by Amy Stewart. It is, why am I saying so much today? Sorry. I was just going to say it again. Charted by Heaven and Earth Design. This was a hashtag 6 months early start with Hannah from Hannah Dowling. We had talked at StitchCon. We saw that this pattern was going to eventually be released at Heaven and Earth Designs. And we had talked at StitchCon last year about, not StitchCon, sorry, Steel City, Stitchers Retreat, that we were going to start this New Year, New Start for January 1, 2023. Well, then it came out. And we saw it, and we both fell in love with it. And I asked her, hey, do you want to maybe start this earlier? And I said, if you don't, that's fine. But I just thought I'd ask the question. And she said, sure. So we started it I think we started on June 1st. 6 months early. I'm stitching it on 28 count, 2/1 tent. I have the Max Color regular version, which is the same that I got for my bookshelf that I'm working on with the Stitching Shelf Sale hosted by Zook Stitch, Carolyn, Tina from Tina Stitches, and Kim from Stitch and Stuff. I like the regular size Max Color. These are confetti heavy, and Royal Rose, again, is not working for me. But this is... I beat it for you and then it went back. This is Grand Library. I started up here, top left corner. And this one I'm also working in parked threads. So I'm gonna leave these threads down because you're gonna see the sheer amount of parked threads here. And honestly, last night I got half of them worked in. So here you go. Take a look, see. Let me see if I can get this. There we go. Let's let that drop. Okay. So do you see, this is like a regular ponytail, and then I have more over here going off to the side. This is too many. And there was a whole nother clump over here, just like it, last night. And then I worked those in. I'm working them in through the page. I'm not really going much farther than the page because, again, I'm a miscounter. So I pull these back and you can see the dragon's going to be in here, and that, I'm calling it a witch or sorceress, is right there. So I'm doing about a modified cross country. I really like how it's coming out on the 28 count 2/1 tent. I'm just going to continue to work in the threads, and honestly, I'll probably work on this more today. I was able to get almost 500 stitches in last night just working in threads. Yeah. And I worked it in a small hoop. You can see the hoop mark. And that's that. And I do believe that is all my whips for this week. Guess that's enough, right? I do have a little bit of haul, so hold on, I'm gonna bend over here. Take a drink of water. I don't have much haul these days because I'm trying not to spend a ton of money. So I only have a few pieces of haul this week. And one of them is the Bird of the Month Club that I'm in with Lindy Stitches. This one is the American Goldfinch. This is the pattern. This is the floss that came with it. It comes with one Threadworks floss, and it comes with a bunch of stickers, and you guys have seen these before. I haven't started any of these, and I actually think when I do start them, I may put them all on one piece of fabric. But it's going to be a while before I start these, so I'm just collecting them in a project bag, and I will get to starting them someday. I also had a couple Joann's, actually 3 to be precise, Joann's gift cards that were kind of hanging out in my wallet from my kids, from family members. I don't really shop much at Joann's anymore. I used to shop there a ton when I was making quilts. I'm not really making quilts as much anymore, and I have a huge fabric stash that I try to pull from when I do so. So I decided to go online to Joann's and look and see if they had some dimensions kits, because I have 2 stocking dimension kits. I do like the dimensions kits. I may not use the fabric that's in the kits, but I like having the thread and everything already in there and kitted up for me. So I ended up getting 2. This is Aurora Cabin. Sorry about the glare. You're actually going to see the camera. There, that's a little better. So Aurora Cabin, and you can see it's on like a gray blue Aida, and I don't know if I'll do that or not. I don't know, I struggle with that because I do like how Lost No More is coming out on the Aida, and Aida is easier for me to stitch, especially at night. I struggle with lighting sometimes, and Aida is easier. So we'll see. We'll see. And the other one I bought was Fall Fairy. Now, I'm normally not a fairy girl, but I do love fall. And matter of fact, I'm decorating for fall today in my house. And I just like the colors. And I saw this somewhere. I don't remember who was stitching this pattern, but I saw it and I liked how it was working up. This is also on like a gray Aida, which I'm glad they're no longer just putting them on straight up white Aida, or at least not these. And this has some beads in here as well. And I may honestly sub out those beads for something else because the beads look like chintzy gold beads. And I might do a little something different. But I got those with some gift cards, and that is it. That is all of my haul. I think that's it. I'm going to continue to clean today. I'm going to continue. I have some homework to do for myself. I am going to pick up my craft room. I have a lot that I'd love to get done today. We'll see what happens with that. And I'd also love to sit down and have some crafting time. Maybe talk about some FFOs next time. Things like that. But we'll see how that goes. I want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you for the comments. I love interacting. Last time I knew I was I'm 22 subscribers shy of 500, which is when I will do a big giveaway. So if you're not subscribed and you watch and you're interested in even part of what I show and want to give me some love, please subscribe and get me to that 500 mark. I'd love to start using the community tab within YouTube. We have a lot going on personally. My husband and I think, are going to start a different YouTube channel with different content. We had thought about combining it with this one, and I've just made the decision to leave this one crafting only, and the other one will be our adventures as an empty nesting couple. So we're working on that. We have lots of things going on here, lots of things in the works, lots of changing work statuses, lots of traveling more. a little more balance to life and serving more in our community. To put it short, a lot of more doing things that matter and make a difference, and a lot less of being stuck in the box of the 40-hour grind. So stay tuned for that. When that channel launches, I will announce it here. If you have any interest in that type of stuff, I will direct you to it. Probably the next video I will be able to do that. So but lots of things going on here, lots of reevaluating life, doing things that matter, doing things that make a difference, and feeling like we're not on the outside of this world that we're living in and more involved in it. So we are looking forward to that. And I don't know, more stitching and crafting and all the things. So if you have any questions, pop them in the comments below. I'd love to interact a little bit. I've been kind of MIA on Instagram lately. I'll try to get better with that. But that's intermittent for me. But everybody have a great day. And whenever you're watching this, just do some crafting. Be happy. And be kind to one another. And thanks for being here. See you later.